and welcome back to my channel, Just Maria D. I am indeed Maria D. I was reading the other day about the way that YouTube has changed everything that they do these days, and subscribing to somebody is no longer enough. If you want to stay in contact with what I do here on this channel, hit the notification bell, and that way I'm more likely to show up in your subscription boxes. I have been hella busy. Anybody who's been watching my videos will know that that's included all kinds of lovely things which you can watch videos of, which I will put links to for you in corners and all that jazz. Last week I failed. Instead of doing 3 vlogs, I only did 2. So I owe you a vlog. And it's not just that I owe you a vlog because it's Tuesday and I vlog on a Tuesday. It's that when I sat down to plan out my monthly vlogging, I had structured in my plan to do a book review. That is the vlog that I've missed, my monthly book review, because I do one once a month. Today's book is by the author James Wallman. And James Wallman, I believe, is a social trend forecaster. I'll read you the blurb so it's just not me rambling, okay, and you get a real sense of what the book is about, and then I'll tell you a little bit more about how I feel about it. So it's Stuffocation by James Wallman, read by Chris Dyer, because I did it on an audiobook. It says, we have more stuff than we could ever need. Clothes we don't wear, kit we don't use, and toys we don't play with. I know this is true of me and my household. But having everything we thought we wanted isn't making us happier. It's bad for the planet. It's cluttering up our homes. It's making us feel suffocated and stressed. And he looks at the studies behind that as well. It might even be killing us. In this groundbreaking book, trend forecaster James Wallman finds that a rising number of people are turning their backs on the all-you-can-get consumption, from the telecoms exec who sold almost everything he owns to the well-off family who have moved into a remote mountain cabin. Wallman's solution to our clutter crisis is less extreme, but equally fundamental. We have to transform what we value. We have to focus less on possessions and more on experiences. Rather than a new watch or a new pair of shoes, we should invest in shared experiences, like holidays and time with friends. With intriguing insights on psychology, economics, and culture, Stuffocation is a vital manifesto for change. It has inspired those who read it to be happier and healthier and to live more with less. My first impression of the book was that I don't think I quite understood the journey that Wallman was trying to take us on. So every time he presented a new person and a new philosophy and a new way of doing things, I was buying into it. I was thinking, yes, minimalism, that's the way to go. Or I was thinking, yes, sell everything and live in a log cabin. Yes, we need to travel the world in a camper van. Or whatever it was that he was talking about, I was emotionally vesting into this thing. To only then have him turn around and say, but these are the problems with that way of life. These are extreme things for people to do, and not everybody has to do them in order to find happiness. Then he started to talk about experience-based living, and this is where I started to worry a little bit. Wallman discussed things like how social media, how Instagram, how Facebook, how Twitter, but often things like Instagram and Facebook really make us be discontent with our lives. I would add YouTube into that mix as well. I am careful about the amount of haul videos I watch, for example, because when I start watching what other people have, it breeds a kind of discontent with what I have, and then I want more too. And so for me, I find that a way of detoxing myself from this coveting kind of culture that I could find myself living in mentally is to just not buy into it. So I really relate with the emotional context of which this book is written in. This is happening within culture. People are being led by the things that they are watching, by the social media that they are surrounding themselves in, to live a life of buying things and consuming things that they might not actually want or need, nor may it actually not make them happy long term. Wallman suggests that the answer to this is to live a life based on experiences. Now, first off, I thought, but how does that change anything? If I'm on Instagram and I'm looking through somebody's mountain climbing experience and I think, yes, that's what I should be doing too, and I go off and climb mountains because somebody else has done it, then I'm not sure that that fixes the problem of coveting, I suppose. He addresses this a little bit in that he says, at the very least, if we do make those decisions based on what somebody else is doing and wanting to have those experiences too, because somebody else has had them and that's what cool people do, then at least, if nothing else, we are having an experience and our lives are becoming richer for that. More often than not, we will do that with other people. More often than not, there'll be some kind of investment personally into those kinds of situations, and more often than not, there will be lovely memories and things associated, or other memories like overcoming hardness, building resilience, all of those kinds of things, building into the experience and making it a more emotionally fulfilling time. Completely get what he is saying, that the outcome of his studies, the outcome of looking at all these different ways of life, is to say and to suggest to us that materialism is not the way to go. Buying loads of things is not what really brings us happiness, but experiencing life with others through shared experience is a good way of spending our time and our resources, which I think is great. And in fact, I would say that the way that we have home educated has been along those lines. What James Wallman talks about resonates with how I think we have done life and parented our children especially. I love taking photos and I like recording my memories, so I am in no way saying that there is anything wrong with that. But I don't know if you have ever been a tourist place where you are at a famous monument, you are somewhere and you look around and everybody is on their phone, sending a picture to Instagram, putting a picture on Facebook. Rather than enjoying the moment, enjoying the experience, we are still using experiences to feed that kind of social media craze that we have going on. And I do it. Like, I've just been to Paris last week and I record those experiences. I went to a castle the week before and I recorded that experience. But I have actually learnt and am becoming more mindful of putting the camera down and putting it away and making sure that I share with and connect with the people that I'm there with as well, so that the experience isn't just about the experience, but the experience is about sharing that and connecting with other people. So would I recommend this book? Yes, I would recommend it. I think it is a really good analysis of what is going on and what is happening in our society at the moment. There is no doubt that there are these trends that Wallman talks about going on all around us. People are making radical lifestyle changes often. I like his examination of them. Selling up your possessions and going to live in a wood cabin with no resources may not make you happy. May make you happy on one level, but may actually cause you great stress and anxiety on other levels when you kind of have to live that life. And so I think he does a really thorough job at looking at the impact of these trend movements and the wider effect that they have on the individual and society. I think he's right, and I think that anything that builds connection and community with us and in us is a great thing. But I am concerned if we don't address what's within us that makes us want to be like everybody else. Having experiences for experience's sake, while I think that that's not necessarily a bad thing, I think that the thing to do is to find value and purpose in the things that you experience. So having valued and purpose-based experiences that are there for a particular reason with a particular outcome to reach a known and identified purpose in your life. Would I read it again? Definitely. I've found it to be a really interesting book. Before reading it, I was, all ready to become a minimalist. I think the experiential one sits better with me when I'm mindful of all the other things that go along. There you go, book of the month, Stuffocation by James Wallman. Let me know what you think. I have been Maria, you have been awesome, and catch you on the flip side. Bye.